Okay, well, generally we expect people to be politically active when they come of age. That might be 18 or 20 or whatever in different countries. But we neglect to think about what happens before that time. We assume already they know enough about their society and they have opinions and values about their society, so they're competent to vote, but we actually don't think about what happens in the years going up to that. And the point behind Teenage Citizens is to look at ways in everyday life they actually are learning that in their schools, in their families, in their peer groups, in their community-based organizations. So the message of the book is we actually as societies, particularly as adults, are sending messages to the younger generation all the time about who belongs, whose voice counts, whether they have a place in the society, whether this is a place for them, whether they belong. And to the extent that we do that as adult authorities, that is, teachers include all the kids' voices, don't allow kids to bully one another, don't allow kids to make fun of one another, but basically say public schools are public places where everybody has a voice. More and more kids in a broader breadth of demographic groups are actually going to buy in to what I call the social contract, basically feeling like it matters to them to take a stand and it matters to them to have an opinion about what's going on in their society because adult authorities have said they count. So that starts very early on and it happens on an everyday basis, and that's kind of the message of the book, is that politics is about everyday life. It's about what kind of polities we want, what kinds of communities and nations and societies we want. And so one of the themes in the book is that the values that teenagers have for the kind of person they want to be actually have a lot to do also with the kind of society they want to live in. So regularly throughout the book, kids' ideas about what democracy means, why we have inequality, are regularly related to the ways in which they think a society ought to be organized. So they're more likely in defining democracy to mention the common good or equality or other people's rights, to the extent that for them values of taking care of others are part of what they believe people ought to do for one another. So a main message of the book is to think about what's going on in the years before 18 and how we as societies are actually telling kids what it means to be a member of a society. And frankly, even asking them things like what their opinion is matters a lot. It's astonishing how little we do that, and they have a lot to say.